And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans and be a part of the conversation. And come watch live daily, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/takesbyfans or at our official website, takesbyfans.com. Go to the watch tab, and whenever we are live on the site. We are live right now. We are live on the site right now, noon Eastern, every day, folks. So it is that easy to watch Takes by Fans. So just make sure you're watching daily for all your sports content. Alrighty, today it's Friday, coming off of a pretty decently entertaining Thursday night game. Unfortunately, we went with the Panthers in our official picks, and we've been riding the Falcons every single week until this week. And, classic. You finally not bet a team, and then that team wins. I mean, it's just so classic, and that's what happened last night. So well done to the Falcons. I mean, they're the real deal, folks. I mean, their offense is so good. The fact that they only won one game coming into last night, I mean, was truly an anomaly in my opinion. The defense isn't always great, but that offense is usually, I mean, Matt Ryan with Julio Jones when he's healthy and he's on the field, and then you got a legit number one and a legit number two in Calvin Ridley. You're going to be good. So Falcons get the win. We'll cover Thursday Night Football. We'll go over Thursday Night Football review, break that down. Our official picks. So we looked at the lines, guessed the lines, reacted to the lines all yesterday, slept on them, and I'm feeling good. I mean, these last 2 weeks have humbled us greatly, but we are feeling very good about our picks. We got 6 picks. We like to break it down. Two sections, our locks, and then our 99% guarantees. We got 3 picks in each of those, so we will unveil those today as well. All right, before we start talking about all of that good stuff, there are a couple of stories that I do want to talk about just really quickly. The first one is classic daily COVID. What is going on in the league with COVID? Well, we've got 2 more positive tests on 2 different teams. So not the greatest, but still not too bad either. Here we go. The first one is a Broncos offensive lineman. That's kind of what's going on this week. Is offensive lineman started last week with the Raiders, with one of the Raiders players getting COVID, and then they send the entire line home just as a precaution. But the Raiders were still able to play on Sunday, missing that one lineman. So the Broncos have another lineman, or the Broncos have a lineman, and the Vikings have a linebacker. So 2 players on 2 different teams. Both of these teams have sent everybody home as a precaution, and they're going virtually for the day, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. If the remaining tests come back negative for these players, come Sunday, these teams are going to be playing. They are not canceling games because of only one COVID case on a team. It needs to be an entire outbreak like what happened with the Titans a couple weeks back. So Broncos fans, Vikings fans, it sucks that you may be down a player, but you'll probably still be playing come Sunday, and that's kind of the more important thing that we kind of have to deal with. Maybe a player here, there may not even be starting players. We don't know who these players are. Unfortunately, I do think we know the Broncos one. I don't remember his name, but I don't know if the Vikings player identity has come out. Unfortunate. So more COVID cases we do have to kind of keep track of, but hopefully these games are going to go on, as scheduled. So hopefully we don't get any missing games or any rescheduled games, and that pushes the entire schedule back in the playoffs and all that nonsense, because, the Dolphins schedule is already jumbled around a little bit. I know because of the Titans, and the Titans, their schedule is obviously jumbled around a little bit. So obviously trying to avoid that much as possible. So hopefully these games, go on as scheduled. And then this second story, it's not anything to do with COVID, and honestly, I may change my opinion on the Patriots, going all the way up until basically right now, or when I saw the tweet late last night, basically up until right now, I was off on the Patriots. I thought, Cam Newton, he just can't move the ball offensively. They've got no weapons anywhere. But then this tweet comes out, and I'm a little impressed, and I think it's changed my mind. So here it is. Here's the tweet. Cam Newton called Sunday's game in Buffalo a must-win and added, so that I don't care about that. Yeah, obviously it's a must-win game. It's a divisional game. You've dropped the last 2, obviously must-win game. But that's not the part that I want to focus on. This is the part. And added that he's learned that, quote, losing is not acceptable in this locker room, in this country, or in this county, in the state, in this area, in this region. Cam Newton, you need to pick your expletive up. I mean, come on. Can we just say shit up, fuck up? I don't know what they're trying to go. I'm pretty sure shit. But anyway, we're all adults. Can we just put it? It's on Twitter. We can read a swear word and it won't turn us into demons, I don't think. Hopefully not. But anyway. So this is kind of big. So Cam Newton is learning that, with the Patriots, hey, we've got a culture here, baby. We've had a dynasty coming up until basically this year. This is the first year where we don't have, Tom Brady. So the dynasty is a little bit in question, but we've still got, Bill Belichick. We've still got the Patriots on the logo on the helmet. I mean, the logo on the helmet has won Super Bowls in the last 20 years. So that's, what everybody's looking for. So with Cam Newton saying this, it's like, Bill Belichick is like, hang on, hey, Cam, no. Get over here. We're watching film 24/7. Where do you think you're going? We're watching film 24/7. Me, you, Josh Daniels, we're figuring out this offense right now. So get your ass over here and plug yourself in because we're ready to roll here. So I do like this quote. Cam Newton is getting, pressured and, rightfully so. His play definitely needs to elevate. I mean, he's one of the reasons why this Patriots team is not scoring points. Their offense has been truly atrocious these last 2 weeks. And Cam Newton, he definitely has to be the one to kind of lead the charge of turning it around and getting with the coaches and working with your wide receivers on timing and, all of that good stuff. So I do kind of like this. And now I'm thinking the Patriots may be a little bit more competitive than what I thought they would have been going into this Buffalo game. This quote is kind of turning me around. We'll see if this is a real deal or if this is just talk. I'm hoping it's a real deal. I do want Cam Newton to succeed, even though he would be succeeding with the Patriots. I do want him to have some success here, and I don't want the Patriots just to crumble, after having 20 years of success. I love sustained greatness in the league. I want to see greatness every single week, and the Patriots, they built 20 years of greatness, so I don't want to see it all crumbling down, and I don't want to see Cam Newton taking the blame for it. I definitely don't want to see that. So Cam Newton knows that they cannot lose, and this is a must-win game. I like the attitude. I like the energy coming into it from Cam Newton. Now all he has to do is perform, and that's the hardest part. So we'll leave it up for Saturday or for Sunday, but I think this quote's got me thinking, are we going to take this Bills-Patriots game as one of our picks this week? Maybe. I think we are. I think we are. Whether which side we take it, I just read a Cam Newton tweet, folks, so we'll just say that. Alrighty, so that's all I really wanted to talk about at the top of the show. So let's get into what happened last night on Thursday Night Football. Atlanta wins, and I'm happy they did because I did like them, and I still do like them, but they just, we took the Panthers last night. It's frustrating, right? You finally had the confidence and all the, that's why I don't want to bail on the Patriots real quick, right? Because of that one quote. But, the Falcons, we've been, literally, folks, we've been big on them. We've been talking Falcons offense ever since week 1. We love their offense, and they did what they needed to do. Matt Ryan didn't throw any touchdowns. I did not think that would happen. And he threw an interception. And the Panthers cashed in on that interception with a touchdown. So, I mean, if you're just looking at just the box score, I mean, you would think, how the heck did the Falcons win this game? Well, I'll tell you why. We don't know. We still don't know because the Carolina Panthers are just giant question marks. They're just, I mean, I watched that entire game last night, and I'm just like, what the heck are the Carolina Panthers? They're just a little average. They're literally just average. Let's look at these Teddy Bridgewater stats. He wasn't amazing. Probably one of his worst games of the season, if I'm being honest. I've seen a lot of Carolina's games, and I just really can't figure them out this season. Teddy Bridgewater goes 15 of 23, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He ends up getting knocked out of the game for a couple of plays by a big hit, and P.J. Walker comes in and doesn't do anything. But Teddy Bridgewater does return to the game and finishes it out, so nothing big there. Mike Davis had a solid game. I'm big on Mike Davis. I think he's a pretty good substitute or a backup for Christian McCaffrey. This should have been Christian McCaffrey's last game that he's missed. He should be back next week. But Mike Davis had still a solid game. 13 carries for 66 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. Pretty good. the running game was all right. They had 13 designed carries for a running back there. Curtis Samuel, he's a wide receiver. He got 3 carries. Teddy Bridgewater is obviously the quarterback. So they didn't abandon the run. 13 carries is solid. Might have liked to see him run it a little bit more, but this is on par of what they do offensively. 23 passing attempts by Teddy Bridgewater, 13 rushes. That's pretty much on par of what they've been doing all season. So it's not like the Panthers changed it up a little bit. 176 yards, not very too much impressive. I mean, we got to see you throw at least 200, really 225 at least. But DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, I mean, their top 2 wide receivers were kind of doing their thing. They got the ball, or they got targeted a collective 14 times for, basically 100 yards. So not terrible. None of them caught a touchdown. Curtis Samuel ran for a touchdown. Andy caught a touchdown. So well done to him. He had himself a pretty good game. We can go to the Falcons now. I mean, Matt Ryan, as I said, he didn't throw a touchdown. Andy threw a pick, and they still won the game. And Todd Gurley only had like 46 rushing yards on 18 carries. So Atlanta was just trying it over and over again. So Todd Gurley had 18 carries and Brian Hill had 11 carries. So they were, they're like, we're running the ball. And then we're running the ball even more. So here with the Falcons, they get 29 rushes, 30 passes, just more plays just in general from what the Panthers were able to run. So, I mean, their rushing attack combined for over 100 yards between the two of them. So that's what I want to see. They have a touchdown between the two of them. And really, as I see the stat now, it just refreshes my memory just a little bit. I mean, Matt Ryan's running a game really made the difference. I think he ran... So he ran 6 times. I know he ran once for a touchdown. That was about like 10 yards. And then there was another one there. He was able to kind of pick up a first down, I think on like 3rd down. So Matt Ryan's legs really made the difference. You really don't think of Matt Ryan as like a dual threat, and that's because he's not a dual threat at all. We can watch some of these running plays if I can queue them up, if I can find them, when we get in their drive summary. But Matt Ryan, just, a solid game, I guess, game manager type of game. Julio Jones, obviously incredible, 137 yards. Literally, the Panthers could not stop this, man. Every time Julio Jones touched the ball, it was at least 15 to 20 yards, folks. He was just super unstoppable from the start to the end of the game. Whenever Matt Ryan needed a guaranteed chunk of yards, he would go to Julio Jones over the middle of the field toward the sideline. He was always wide open, folks. Classic, Julio Jones doesn't get a touchdown for 137 yards, but they get the win, and that's kind of more important than just individual stats, in my opinion. So let's go to the drive chart now and just kind of talk about how this game kind of played out. So Falcons come out and they're driving, they're looking good, but they just stall. They have to settle for field goals on their first 2 drives, and these drives were going good. Matt Ryan was looking good. These big pass plays, I mean, back-to-back big plays of 20-plus yards, and all just pass plays. Let's just watch these real quick. Matt Ryan's looking good, folks. This offense is still good. Matt Ryan goes over the middle, wide open, Julio Jones, and folks, hang on. I got to bring this up in not in this window, so I can go slow-mo on it, because this is why I love Atlanta so much, and that I didn't really want to give up on them last night, even though I did, and I'm ashamed of myself for doing so. I'm ashamed, folks. I'm ashamed. Always go with your gut, folks. Always go with your gut. So, but I do want to go to this pass play. Is this first play of the game? Oh my God. That was first play of the game. How crazy. So here it is. I mean, we get to hear the play action pass. Matt Ryan first throw, and this is a tough throw, folks. Over the linebackers, but right before when the safeties come crashing down. We'll see if we get a replay of this to slow it down. We'll do it ourselves if we need to. Oh, this is condensed game. That's why it's going so quick. All right, here we go. First play, back at it here. We'll slow it down from here. So, I mean, we see the first 2 plays of this Atlanta offense be big plays, and, that's how they wanted to be, very aggressive. So, once again, the first play of First play of the game for Atlanta. Matt Ryan just steps back, throws it over the middle of the field. Look at that. Look at the touch on this ball. That's a tight zone, folks. That's pretty tight over the middle. Well done, Matt Ryan. Just coming out guns a-blazing, and you go to your number one receiver, and that's what I love. That's what I want to see Tom Brady do. Just first play, fire it right over the middle to like Mike Evans, please. I love that, because this is why I love the Falcons offense, because Matt Ryan gets the ball to his number one and his number two wide receiver. Matt Ryan is a wide receiver quarterback, folks. He's not with the dink and dunk with the tight ends or running backs, and he's not all about that. So that's why I really do love this Falcons offense. They are high-powered. They have two top receivers, folks. Their receiver duo, when healthy, is best in the league. Maybe you put them behind the Saints with Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. I think you put them above OBJ and Jarvis Landry. Honestly, I think OBJ is really falling off pretty hard. But I definitely, put them as probably top two wide receiver duo. I got Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders at one, and I probably got Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley at number two, honestly, folks, honestly. So big on this Falcons offense. So that was first play. Now let's look at their second play. Once again, going big for the yardage. Here we go. We'll see if we have to slow it down, if it's that good of a pass. Here we go. Matt Ryan just came off a big play action again, so they just want to run the same exact play again. He's going deep, and who is it? Julio Jones to the sideline, wide open. This man knows how to run routes, and Matt Ryan knows how to get the ball into wide open space. I love it, I love it, I love it. Matt Ryan just driving the ball here on 2 plays, 50 yards through the air. You love to see it, and these are not run after catches. These are not dink dunk behind the line of scrimmage, run for 25 yards. No, these are all 25-yard passes, baby, to the number one wide receiver in the league. Look at that, just absolutely kills the corner right there. Just kills the corner. The break, the quickness, the finesse of Julio Jones. Look at this. Oh, I'm going outside. Corner just falls to the ground. Folks, this Atlanta team is serious on offense, folks. When I say it, I truly mean it. I would not say it if I did not mean it, folks. I wouldn't. So, but unfortunately, that drive does stall. So those 2 big plays, very good, exciting, but then they just cannot do anything. They get stuck on 4th and 1 on Carolina's 3, and they decide, hey, let's just get the points. That was a great drive, but we need to get some points out of it to keep our own spirits up and our own momentum, because that would be killer. I mean, you go and drive all the way down to Carolina's 3-yard line, and you get 0 points out of it. That really would have probably turned the game right from the rip. So I agree with the call. I think the interim head coach here is doing a fantastic job with the Falcons. Really could have had them at 3-0, folks. I mean, they shouldn't have lost last week. So this interim coach comes in, they're 2-1, great calls right from the rip of the game, get points off of a solid drive, reward Matt Ryan, reward Julio Jones for those great catches, those great throws in the opening of the game, and then they go and take the field goal. So well done there. But then, I mean, Carolina, this gave me confidence. I was like, okay, Carolina came to play. I mean, they won their first meeting, so we were feeling good with the Carolina bet last night. But so they go down. Teddy Bridgewater, a little bit of dink and dunk here. What do we got? Pass and complete, 5-yard pass. Then they get a little bit of a penalty, bails them out a little bit. That was 3rd and 5, folks, but the penalty gives them the first down. It was pass interference. So they bail out because of a penalty now. And then they get another penalty for 15 yards, roughing the passer. So huge plays here. Bailed out by penalties. Not like Matt Ryan and his Falcons. They got it down through the normal way of just hard work, throws, not getting bailed out by those yellow flags that the refs throw. So the drive doesn't stall a little bit. It actually gets helped because of the penalties, and then they're able to kind of just have some good plays here. 7-yard run, 11-yard pass by Teddy Bridgewater, 17-yard run, and then the Curtis Samuel up the middle, wide receiver catching or getting the ball. We can run this play. Let's run this play. It's a little bit of a trick play. Curtis Samuel, he's not a running back, folks, but he was lined up in the backfield looking like he was one, and that's what tricked the Atlanta defense. So we can cue up this play a little bit. We have time on our Friday shows. Here we go. 8-19, Curtis Samuel goes up the middle for the touchdown. Look at this, folks. He runs it from the 12-yard line. Here we go. No. Yeah. There he is, folks. Curtis Samuel, quick, shifty. Look at him go. This is not a running back. Here he goes. Right up the middle. splits out to the left, sees the opening, and just follows the holes the entire way. So the vision was great, the speed was great, the finesse was great. You love to see it. The jump cuts were all great. So Curtis Samuel kind of caught him off guard a little bit there, and they were able to go for a touchdown. And then another just kind of drive stalls, and Atlanta has to go for a field goal. We see the big play here, 20-yard pass to Julio Jones, folks. He was all over the field, really in the first quarter, but he was there all game long, picking up those needed yards. So 20-yard big pass play. Who else but Julio Jones? 16-yard pass play to Calvin Ridley. But then it just kind of stalls. Incomplete pass, sack, and now you have to kick a field goal. So they're still down after 2 solid drives, not getting bailed out by penalty, all just hard work by Matt Ryan. And then the interception comes. Let's watch this. We can watch this right in here. Trying to go to Calvin Ridley. Let's see what happens on this pick. Unfortunate. Just gets away from him. I mean, see where he was trying to go. It was kind of, tight coverage. The defender never fell for that kind of second move Calvin Ridley was trying to go to. That outside break, never fell for it. Matt Ryan, just a little bit of off-target throw, and just great by the defender, just to shadow the wide receiver, just being there, and Matt Ryan lets the ball fly, and the defender's like, hey, I'm right here, I can make a play, and he does. So just well done there by the defender. Not really a great throw, really no separation here from Calvin Ridley to the defender. Really not sure where Matt Ryan wanted to go with this ball. Not great on his part. So Carolina takes that big interception, and they start at Atlanta's own 40. They take 4 plays to get it done. We get Teddy Bridgewater deep to Curtis Samuel. Let's watch this play. 12:48 in the second quarter. Here we go. So Curtis Samuel had the first rushing touchdown, and now he's going to get a 30-yard pass here. That's what we love to see. Yes, sir. All right, Teddy Bridgewater. Let's see the arm, baby. Your only touchdown thrown of the game. The flea flicker, it catches everybody off guard. Not really. These safeties, man, they were close on it. That safety comes flying across the middle for Atlanta. Just barely misses swatting that ball away. And somehow it just finds its way into Curtis Samuel's arms there. I do think we do get a slow motion of this. Because we do, or a different angle. Here it is. We'll get a great look here. Just watch the safety coming across the middle. Gonna just try and swat it out of the air. Look how close that is, folks. I'm gonna slow it down once it gets here. Curtis Samuel going across the middle. They did kind of defend this one pretty good. This is a true 50-50 ball, truly. Just he's gonna try and come. Look at folks, so close, so close to just being, broken up. But instead, it goes for the touchdown. And now Teddy Bridgewater's got his team up 14-6, feeling good. But Matt Ryan says, not so fast on the ensuing possession. After Carolina scored their touchdown, Matt Ryan, he comes back and engineers just a great drive here. 10 plays, 75 yards, about 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Love to see it. And they make it a 1-point game. They score quickly right before half, and they take the lead 16-14. And then they just continue to score in the second half here. Field goal in the third quarter on their first possession out of halftime. Touchdown on their second possession out of halftime. And then, they touch the ball once. They have to punt it on a 9-play, 41-yard, 5-minute drive in the fourth quarter. And, Carolina, they just cannot score in the second half, really. They had 4 possessions in the second half. Only one converted in points for a field goal. One an interception in the potential game winning or game tying drive because they were down 8. So let's take a final look. We'll close it off here. The interception drive of Carolina, where Teddy Bridgewater had the chance to go and tie up the game. They were down 25-17. That's 8 points, 1 possession, touchdown, 2-point conversion away to tie the game and go into overtime. But that moment was a little bit too big for Teddy Bridgewater. So let's watch this final drive by the Panthers. See what happens. See the interception. We can get out slow-mo. watch the entire drive in slow-mo, we'd be here for 4 hours. Alrighty, so they have to start at their own 5-yard line with 3 minutes left, and you're down 8, 3 timeouts, it looks like. Is that 3? Yeah, those all look lit up. All right, great pass there, picks up a first and much more, and he gets out of bounds, so perfect play there. But it was just a little dink over the middle. Nothing great, nothing fantastic, but, it was just a good, solid play call. All right, here we go. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left now. They get a free play, so once again, we kind of see this once again. They didn't need this bailout of a free 5 yards, but they got it. Offsides defense. All right, here we go. 1st and 5 now. Seems like they're driving. Teddy Bridgewater, show us what you got, my man. Trying to show the legs, but well done by the Falcons defense just to bring them down. About a 3-yard run. Nothing spectacular. You kept it under wraps. Well done. 2nd and 2 now. Right before the 2-minute warning, gets the play off. Just dink it down, pick up the first, keep the drive moving. All right. Now we got the 2-minute warning. Coming out of it. Still down 8. Fresh set of downs. Teddy Bridgewater, 3 timeouts, looking to cruise into the end zone here. We've seen him do it before. We know Teddy Bridgewater has the ability to lead a team down the field. We're feeling good, but they bring the pressure, and he has to just throw it away. They don't call intentional grounding. And then he gets taken down by a sack, holding the ball too long. This is kind of what we saw from the Panthers in last week's game. When they were driving, they were down 3. Teddy Bridgewater holding the ball too long, got sacked out of field goal range. They have to settle for the 65-yarder. Here he goes again. The first play on this drive, or the first play on this first down drive that they're going for, has to throw it into the ground. Could have been called intentional grounding, very close. And then we get a sack here that just takes some, I got to get just rid of the ball, man, or just try to, escape the pocket a little bit better. But can't have 3rd and 17 on a drive that's, do or die game winner. And this is the second time that we've seen Teddy Bridgewater take a big sack in a not great situation. Got to clean that up. Definitely got to clean that up. All right, but here we go, 3rd and 17. What can they do? Can they make this interesting? Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater drops back to pass, goes deep. He's got him. And wow. Not the best ball, but a great decision to get it to him because this man was open. Let's watch this again. We got number 12. We'll slow it down here just so it doesn't outrun us. All right, here we go. So here he is, receiver trying to cut back to the middle. Teddy Bridgewater already released the ball right here. Now 12 has to kind of adjust to the speed. He beat the cornerback trying to go deep, but Teddy Bridgewater just floats it into that soft spot of the zone. Receiver had the wherewithal to kind of look back for it, find the ball, catch it. Well done. None of the defenders looked back to try and make a play on the ball. So we'll see. Did it get tipped? Looks like it may have just slipped out of his hands because it did look like that receiver had a solid step or two on the defender. If Teddy Bridgewater airs this out in front of the receiver, he may have been able to take it for the entire touchdown, to be honest. But that's what that play was, and it picked up a great chunk. It picked up that first down. It got you out of 3rd and 18. Overall, a great play. Then he comes back, tries to float it to the sideline, just a little bit off. Unfortunate. It was raining this entire game, so obviously, passes aren't going to be 100% spot on. There he is, that second move, killed the corner. May have been able to throw him open past that safety. But, hey, a catch is a catch, and you got to rock with it. So, well done, Teddy Bridgewater. 2nd and 10 now. A minute left. The interception is coming, unfortunately. Drops back, escapes the pressure, keeps his eyes downfield, decides to run it at the last second. It picks up a couple of yards. Decent decision there. Nothing open. Let me just, still let them know I've got legs. You need to kind of focus on me as well. Try to, open up maybe a one-on-one coverage with one of his receivers because somebody's a QB spy, so you take away a look on a receiver for the quarterback. So Teddy Bridgewater there, just reminding everybody, hey, I can still run it. Picks up 4, 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd and manageable. You definitely, this is a 4-down territory because you are down 8. Field goal does not help you here. You need the touchdown. So, they have 2 plays that they can try to execute to pick up this 6 yards. This is very manageable. And unfortunately, Teddy Bridgewater can't get it off in time, and Matt Rule panics and calls a timeout. Unfortunate. Not a real waste of a timeout. A minute left. You're on the 30-yard line, so you still should have plenty of time. Get everybody together. Make sure you're calling the perfect play in this scenario. Hopefully, this is not the play that Teddy Bridgewater throws the interception on coming out of a timeout. We'll see what happens here. They get the flag, and that's the interception. Unfortunate. How do you throw an interception out of a timeout? You should be drawing up the perfect play. Matt Rule, situational football. He's not always the best. That's kind of been my one red flag on the man. Him not winning those bowl games in college that he got to. I think he's 1-4 in bowl games. Just you have a month to prepare and you're not winning those games. You have a timeout and you don't draw up the perfect play. Why not? Teddy Bridgewater, obviously he has to execute this play. It was also offensive holding. So just out of a timeout, not the best play. Teddy Bridgewater goes to try to make a pass, doesn't see that defender lurking a little bit underneath. He's able to kind of come across, make the play, make the game-winning, game-sealing interception. Teddy Bridgewater, he doesn't turn the ball over very often, but when he does, it's not always the best times to do so. So I give credit to this Atlanta team. Well done. This offense is good, folks. This is not the same Atlanta team that was blowing leads with Dan Quinn. This is a new kind of rejuvenated. They should be 3-0 under, the rule of a new interim head coach. I'm still big on this Atlanta team. They brought me back in. They reeled me back in this Thursday night game. Well done to Matt Ryan. 281 yards, was really just slinging this ball around. Didn't get credited with any touchdowns, but, he was moving the ball on these drives. These first drives here, really all game. Julio Jones has 137 yards. Calvin Ridley only had 42, but, hey, when you've got, the number 1 receiver in the league in Julio Jones, you use them, and that's why I love this Falcons team. So well done, Atlanta. Carolina, they're just such a mystery to me. I really don't understand why they had trouble scoring in the second half. Just could not have anything sustainable. Turn it over on downs here. 4th and 1 at Atlanta's 42-yard line. That's a good call, but you couldn't execute. They can't execute 4th and 1. They can't execute out of timeout plays. What is going on there in Carolina? It's always just so hit and miss. I see something I like by Carolina, but then I see something that makes me go, what are we doing here? And I really, out of every team in the National Football League right now, I can nail what they do, what their strengths are. But this Carolina team, it's the only team that I truly have no clue on. We try to take the risk by putting them in our moneymaker pick last night. It bit us in the butt, unfortunately. But well done to Atlanta. Well done for proving me wrong and sticking it to me when I finally jump off ship of you. Congratulations. Congrats. Alrighty. All right, let's go to our... So that was Thursday Night Football. Is that going to, change our picks in our mind? No, we still stand by that Carolina pick. The fact that the Falcons were really competitive for the entire game, it just speaks to how well that interim coach is coaching, and I really would appreciate if the Falcons kind of really gave this man a chance to win the job. I don't know what his credentials are. We might do a deep dive into him maybe on Saturday. That's what we are going to start doing on our Saturday shows, kind of a player showcase. We'll go deep dive film on this one player. I think on our first one on Saturday, it is going to be Tua to get us ready for that Sunday game. It just seems appropriate to have our first kind of Saturday spotlight on a rookie quarterback that's getting his first start. So on Saturday, we are going to be looking at Tua a little bit, or a lot in depth. We'll look at his college. We'll look at if there's any tape on him, in practice or anything like that. So on Saturdays, we will do a deep dive during the NFL season to kind of get us ready for maybe one narrative coming into Sunday that I kind of want to highlight. So we'll start it on Saturday with Tua. But, I wanted to, maybe one week we'll highlight, what this coach has done. We'll kind of see if he was a college coach at any point, follow his kind of NFL journey, if he was a defensive side, offensive side. So we'll take a kind of a deep dive into that coach. Because, to come in with all this talent and you're actually utilizing it. I love it. And you should have been 3-0. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So 2-1 record officially, but very well done. You're winning games and you're winning divisional games. Absolutely even better. So I love what he's doing. Oh, he won on the road as well. So yeah, we definitely I really hope the Falcons do give this man a fair opportunity to win that kind of head coaching job, because right now, from what I'm seeing, the offense is looking even better. The offense is even looking better. So, love what I'm seeing. All right. Let's get into our official picks now. So how we like to do it around here, we've got 2 categories that we like to put 3 picks in. We've got our locks category. These will all happen. These 3 bets that we will put in this 3-team parlay in our lock section, these will all hit. So you can go and bet whatever you want because you're going to be guaranteed to win. So your life savings, you can put all that on this game. Your college tuition, it doesn't matter. You're winning. So there's no risk on these bets. And then our 99% guarantee, maybe be a little bit hesitant. I'm feeling very good about these picks, but you do have the potential to lose some money on these, hence the 99% guarantee. I'm not 100% guaranteeing these picks. But these locks, these are locks for a reason. So we'll start here. Our locks picks of the week, we've got 3 of them. We'll start it here. Packers -6.5. Best bet of the week. Take it. Bet this one individually. Bet your house. Bet your cars. Bet everything on this Packers -6. Aaron Rodgers coming off of their first loss and not looking so good. He cleaned it up. 4 touchdowns, no picks last week. Absolutely fantastic. Now, they're going against the division opponent, Vikings. They've already had their first meeting week 1 in Green Bay was in Minnesota and absolutely obliterated them. They put up 40-plus points. Vikings could not do anything all game. Do not get bogged down by the final score. Kirk Cousins was throwing picks in the first 3 quarters, and then decided to put up 24 points in the 4th quarter alone. And they still lost by like double-digit points. So this Vikings team is truly not good, folks. So they're getting worse defensively, and they're not getting any better offensively. Yeah, maybe their offense got a little bit better since week 1, but it's still nothing you can kind of count on. And especially with their defense, they just traded away their best defensive player that they just got in Ngakoue. So he's not even going to be there. They got rid of all their talent on the defensive side of the ball in the offseason. This Vikings team is truly not good. Kirk Cousins is not even as good as he was last season, really taking a step back from his pretty decent season last year. Got to the playoffs, was looking pretty good. Winning tough games, but now this season he's crumbling. He's not having 2 great wide receivers. Losing Stephon Diggs, it's definitely hurting Kirk Cousins a lot. And Aaron Rodgers is just playing so great football besides that, game against the Bucs. But this Vikings team is nowhere near the Bucs level offensively or defensively, like the defense of the Bucs that gave Aaron Rodgers trouble. So I absolutely love the Packers here at home, -6.5. So they win by a touchdown. You win, no push, no nothing, just a straight up win. Absolutely love it. Vikings are not going to be able to go on the road. They are coming off of a bye. That's probably the best silver lining, the best green flag of the Vikings of this matchup. I don't like anything offensively about them. Maybe Delvin Cook, but he's kind of, his last 2 games haven't been as impressive as, his first couple of games. So everything tells me Green Bay is going to smack the Vikings. Green Bay is going to have, Aaron Rodgers is going to have an easy kind of MVP kind of stat building day. He can definitely take advantage of this weak Vikings team at home, playing very well. So, this is going to be a game that Aaron Rodgers wants to, throw 4 touchdowns, no picks, MVP game, candidate. We can go back, after the season's over, right before MVP is being revealed, go back to this game and be like, remember when Aaron Rodgers threw 6 touchdowns and 500 yards and they won by 40 points? Remember that? Maybe we should give him MVP. So definitely think this is going to be an MVP case game for Aaron Rodgers. I think they win realistically probably 20 points easily. Let's see, can we build? We can't. What is up with this? Probably because the Vikings have a COVID player, unfortunately. So we can't look at any alternative lines. I was going to say, you could have got some good value. Maybe Packers -13.5. I would, I'd feel comfortable doing that as well. I'd like the Packers here. Big. -6.5 is nothing. We'll take it. Aaron Rodgers minus a touchdown. Absolutely. At home. Come on. Alrighty. So Packers -6.5 is our first one in our locks pick. All right. Our second one is going to go to Steelers +4. And all right, the one thing that is giving me a little bit of hesitation on this one is that what did Vegas do with the line last week? They called it Steelers +1 when they were on the road against the Titans. Now, that means that the Vegas favored the Steelers in a neutral field. That's why the spread went from -3 from Tennessee at home to -1 at home for Tennessee, because they favored the Steelers. But now in this game, Steelers on the road again, similar to last week against a good opponent, similar to last week, their spread is going from -3 or +3 because they're on the road to +4. So now they're saying that the Ravens are better than the Steelers, and I don't see it that way. I thought the Titans were maybe a little bit better than the Steelers. Vegas didn't see it that way. I think the Steelers are better than the Ravens, and Vegas doesn't see it that way. So that is definitely, you don't kind of want to agree with Vegas, because then you're like, hang on, am I getting played? And you don't want to disagree with Vegas because you're like, what do they know that I don't know? So it's definitely a catch-22 with Vegas, but anyway, love the Steelers here, +4 on the road. I'm getting points. All right, remember, this Ravens team, yes, they're good. Yes, they're flashy, but who have they faced? Nobody good except the Chiefs. What happened in that game? They got absolutely destroyed. Once again, don't let that kind of final score bog down your mind of what actually happened in that game, where the Ravens were not competitive. Lamar Jackson could not throw the ball. Lamar Jackson could not run the ball. It was literally that Ravens offense could not do anything to put up any points against the Chiefs, and they really kind of got blown out. And that was their first and only major opponent of the season so far. Ravens have been doing good things against the Browns and the Bengals, and I think the Texans, who are officially not good. I like them for maybe a 2-week stretch, and then I'm off of them. But yeah, when the Ravens faced them, they were never good, and now the Ravens, their last test against the Chiefs really left a bad taste in my mouth. That's why they've been kind of so low on our power rankings. We've got them at what do we got? We got them at 9, folks. I mean, truly, they've done nothing against good teams, so I'm not ready just quite yet to put them as a legit contender in this league. Now, the Steelers last week started off very good, 24 points in the first half, looking very good. Only gave up 7, but then it really flipped in the second half. They only put up 3 points, and they gave up about 20 points in the second half. And Big Ben threw 3 interceptions in that game. So yes, all that would probably lead me to say, yeah, probably Steelers maybe aren't as good as I thought. But they still won the game. They held on. The defense bent but didn't break, and that's why I love the Steelers. I love the Steelers defense better than I like the Steelers offense. And I think the Steelers defense, division of game, at the helm with Mike Tomlin, he's going to have the Steelers team ready to rock. And I think the Steelers team, they're not going to throw 3 interceptions, so Big Ben is going to clean it up offensively. They'll still be able to move the ball. The Ravens defense, yes, it's very good. I think the Steelers defense is better, though, and I think the Steelers defense can get to Lamar Jackson better than the Ravens can defensively getting to Big Ben. What have we been seeing about Big Ben this season? Dink and dunk. Get the ball out of his hands very, very quickly. He does not want to be hit anymore. Later in life, he's reaching 40. If he's not 40 already, and he might be 38. Might be 38. I'll lock in 38. 38-year-old quarterback, aging, coming off of a surgery last year. So he doesn't want to get hit. Dink and dunk. He's got speedy, tall wide receivers that, quick second snap, 1-step drop back, just let it fly. Either a floater on a one-on-one matchup or just a zinger across the middle, quickly, 3 yards, let them do the work. We've seen that type of offense from the Steelers this season. So Ravens all pressure, Big Ben just dink and dunk, and they're able to kind of back up the Ravens' pressure. Now, the Steelers, they're going to press, but I think on the smartest strategy, what the Steelers can do, they have Minkah Fitzpatrick, a roaming safety, a true roaming safety, a fantastic roaming safety, the best roaming safety in the league. He can play anywhere. He can be anywhere on the field on any play. So, how I feel how the Steelers should play this. Now, I'm going to be calling Mike Tomlin right after the show to give him all this information, but he may watch, so he may already know. But I digress. The Steelers should just put Minkah Fitzpatrick as a QB spy for the entire game. What is the Ravens' best strength offensively? Lamar Jackson, dual threat quarterback, correct? So if you take away the legs, the arm definitely suffers. We've barely seen him throw for over 200 yards a game, folks. When we break down every game, the following Monday, we always look at the stats and we always look at the drives and we always look at the points and what happened. And we always see Lamar Jackson with like 109 190, 187 yards passing, about 50 to 90 yards running as well. So yes, in the grand scheme of thing, he puts up over 200 yards, which is what you want from your quarterback, but you really want it through the air. So the Ravens, I mean, if this Steelers defense can just not let Lamar Jackson get that momentum from his runs to open up, the downfield plays, the Steelers will be set, and the Steelers have the best defense, in my opinion, in the league. So I don't think the Steelers are going to have too much trouble with Lamar Jackson. I think Mike Tomlin and this entire defense of the Steelers are going to scheme very well. They're going to lock everything down. Mike Tomlin is a good coach. He's going to take away the best thing that you do offensively. And what you do offensively is run with Lamar Jackson. They're going to have Lamar Jackson beat them with the arm. I like the Steelers +4 here. They might not win, but I'm getting 4 with Big Ben and Mike Tomlin in this defense. I can't pass it up, especially of what I've seen with the Ravens when they face the high caliber teams. The Steelers are a high caliber team. I'm going to take the 4 here. I'm rocking with it. Love it, love it, love it. Steelers +4. Bet it big, folks. I love it. Alrighty, and then our last pick that's going to round it all out, we're going to go Bucks -12. Tom Brady, Monday Night Football, I already love it. Tom Brady coming off of a 4-touchdown performance last week. Love it even more. Tom Brady getting better weapons. Antonio Brown, he should be making his debut this week. I love it. Mike Evans, Gronkowski. I mean, folks, we all know the weapons, right? Now they're going against the Giants. All right, now, what do I like about the Giants? The Giants keeps themselves in games, usually has Daniel Jones in the fourth quarter with the potential to win the game, but he always turns it over, doesn't complete the drive because the man is not clutch. We know that about them. But what do we know about the Buccaneers defense? It's absolutely good. They picked off Aaron Rodgers twice. They got a pick 6 off of Aaron Rodgers, so they're looking good. If you do that against, potentially one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time, you're a pretty good defense. So the Bucks, and also last week the Bucks held the Raiders to 20 points at home. Pretty good as well. So now Bucks on the road again, but it's Monday Night Football. Everybody's going to be looking to kind of make, the argument of why we're good, why the Bucks are good, why the Bucks deserve to be talked about, why the Bucks should be Super Bowl favorites, why Tom Brady should be an MVP candidate, why all of this and that. All those narratives will be running Monday during the day, Monday during the night, during the game. Everybody's going to be talking about all those things. So Tom Brady knows this. He's going to be ready for this game. The Giants with Daniel Jones, they struggle moving the ball offensively. They put up 35 points on the Cowboys. That's how bad the Cowboys defense is, but they can't get anywhere close to that against any other team. Literally, take any other game the Giants have played this season, and they've gotten nowhere near 35 plus points like they did against the Cowboys. So this Buccaneers defense is going to tear up Daniel Jones, unfortunately. I do like Daniel Jones. I think he is a starting quarterback in this league. He does need a lot of talent to kind of help him out a little bit. And he also has to learn how to be clutch. But other than that, he keeps them in games, and that's really all you can ask for. But this Bucs defense is the real deal, folks. I don't think the Giants have faced a defense as good as the Bucs defense this season. I don't think they have. So, Giants here. Even though they're at home, they're going to get absolutely obliterated. Tom Brady is going to be looking to make a legacy impact here. This is on prime time television, folks. Players know this. They know when everybody's watching them. So Tom Brady's got everything to prove. Bill Belichick is going to even be watching this game, even though he says he's probably not. I'm sure he's going to tune in late 8 o'clock, laying down with his wife, being like, oh, hey, didn't you have a Brady? Where's your Brady? Oh, that is your Brady. Why'd you let that Brady go? I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick's going to be watching this game just a little bit. So, love the Bucs here -12. I do. Everything is just lining up for them to shut down the Bucs or shut down the Giants. They win by at least 14. No pressure there. I don't think the Giants are really going to score any points here, folks. Once again, I think the Giants have a little bit of issues with COVID this week, so we can't get any alternative lines. Really would have liked to see what Bucks could go up to as far as how much they can be the spread, like -30 if we can buy it up to there. But yeah, Bucks -12. Expect Tom Brady to go off. He's got so many weapons. Antonio Brown's first game, Monday Night Football, literally all the storylines are merging together for a Buccaneers blowout. I don't think the Giants can keep this game close. Offensively, they can't score. Defensively, they're not going to be able to stop all these weapons that Tom Brady has to work with. It's just not going to happen. So, Bucks, it's a lot to swallow. Don't get me wrong. 12 points, I really don't like to take anything more than 7, honestly. But that's how strongly I feel with Tom Brady scoring the football. I'll go Bucks minus 12. So that's what we got. Our locks are Packers minus 6.5, Steelers plus 4, and Bucks minus 12. That gets you plus 597. You put 500 on that game, folks. You're looking at $3,400. That's a pretty good payday, in my opinion. So bet that, bet it big. These will all hit. This will all happen, and we're going to be counting money on Tuesday night, folks. Unfortunately, we're not going to be counting on Monday because the game, we are taking it the Monday night game. But on Tuesday, folks, it's just an extra day for $3,300. Then you can quit your job on that Tuesday, and you'll feel good. So yeah. Be like, the Bucks won, I quit. And your boss is like, hang on, what? You what? And then you just hang up the phone and never go back. Because you got $3,300 in your pocket. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to our 99% guarantees. We feel very confident about these picks, but there is maybe one thing that is giving us a slight hesitation that we can see happening that we aren't as solid as those locks picks. So here we go. 3 picks in our 99% guarantee section of this week 8 of games. We're gonna go. We've got to do it, folks. I mean, we've got to do it. Dolphins plus 3.5. All right. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Dolphins fan. I never say that. I'm just playing around. But I like the Dolphins here, not because of Tua. I'm not even factoring Tua into this game for what I'm saying right now. This is what I'm saying right now. Everything besides Tua is looking good for the Dolphins. Our defense is holding teams very well. We are competitive in all the games that we've played in, and we've also won 3 games. Oh, we're also at home. Oh, we're also off a bye. Everything is lining up perfectly right now for us. Our defense is playing very good. We were on pace to beat the Seahawks. We were close to kind of holding that early Patriots team that was pretty good offensively. We were kind of holding them as well. We only lost by 10, and we almost made it a one-possession game, but Ryan Fitzpatrick threw the interception in the end zone, but, he's crying and deserves more, blah, blah, blah. So I like how our defense is playing. Absolutely fantastic. I also like how our offensive weapons are playing. Ryan Fitzpatrick is having tremendous success with our deep threat wide receivers. Devontae Parker doing very good. So if Devontae Parker is working with Ryan Fitzpatrick's arm that I don't think, which I think is decent, but he's an aged veteran in the league, so some velocity and some of the arm strength, pure arm power has diminished over his career. I think it's safe to say that. So Tua is going to be able to make the deeper throw, the faster throw, the tighter throw. Tua is going to be able to make all that, and our receivers are prepared for it because Ryan Fitzpatrick has been doing a good job of feeding our weapons and getting them into a good rhythm. So now Tua comes in. I mean, really, everything's going to run smoothly. We've taken these first 7 weeks of the season, making sure everything is just running smoothly. How's our weapons? How's our offensive line? How's our defense? Are we competitive in games? Are we in games in the fourth quarter? Can we make the switch? Is everything prepared for us to make the switch? We thought we were going to have to wait the full year to make the switch, but really everything, Ryan Fitzpatrick, his leadership, his confidence, his ability is really just getting us weeks ahead of schedule for Tua, and that's what Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing so right, and that's why I was a little upset when he came out and was like, oh, I'm so heartbroken, I feel betrayed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're the reason why they can make the switch, because you were playing so well, because your leadership is so good, and everything is just gelling together so much better and earlier than the coaches thought, than the fans thought, than the organization thought. So really, Ryan Fitzpatrick did one hell of a job and some more, because Tua is ready week 8. So with all that being said, the Rams now, their offense is shaky, folks. They look good sometimes. They look just sometimes else. And that's not a bad thing. I get every team goes through ups and downs. Nobody's going to be the Packers putting up 40 plus points a game. We saw Aaron Rodgers had a bad game. They struggle. They don't even put up 20 points, I think. I don't think they put up 20 points in that game. I think they put up 14. That was it against the Bucks. So this Rams, where was I going with that point? I was talking about the Packers. The Rams, anyway, they're a little spotty on their offense. Sean McVay's a great coach. Yes, the Rams defense is very good. Are they going to cause Tua some trouble? Absolutely. Rookie going against a very good defense. But what can Tua do? He can kind of escape the pocket, kind of like Kyler Murray. So if Aaron Donald gets a little bit too cute sometimes, Tua can kind of get out of the way. He's at home coming off of a bye. I'm sure they worked on Aaron Donald in practice. They simulated him, lined up probably like 4 defensive ends on one side just to kind of simulate what Aaron Donald can do to an offensive line. So I'm sure they've simulated it. I'm sure Brian Flores is not making this call if he doesn't feel confident that Tua can play. They wouldn't make this call if they didn't feel like this man was ready now, folks. Come on. These are coaches. They watch these players every single day. They know better than we do. For the most part, there's obviously exceptions. Adam Gase, Mike McCarthy know nothing more than I do. I can guarantee that. You swap me for Adam Gase or Mike McCarthy this week, and I'm coming out with a W. I can guarantee that. So, with all that being said, I'm getting the Dolphins at home, coming off a bye, so much kind of energy and momentum surrounding Tua, and I get 3.5 points. I'm going to rock with all that. Dolphins plus 3.5. I like it. The 99%, the 1% that I don't feel confident on, maybe the Rams have the ability to go and put up 40 points. And if they do, we're not going to beat them. We beat the Rams if we can hold them from 21 to 24 points. If we can keep them in that window, we have an opportunity to win the game. That's what I'm expecting the Rams to put up. I'm expecting the Rams to put up 24, and I'm expecting the Dolphins to at least put up 21. We can cover the 3.5, and we're good. So that's where I see this game at. I think I'm confident in going with Dolphins here plus the points. Alrighty, here we go. Our second pick in our 99% category is going to be the Saints minus 4.5. Folks, the Bears offense is the worst offense in the league. Yes, the Jets offense is better than this Bears offense. I'm telling you. This Bears offense is so atrocious and they have so much talent offensively, weapons, but Nick Foles is the worst quarterback, folks. He's so they put up 3 points last week against the Rams. And yes, the Rams defense is good. I understand all that. But you're the Bears. Your defense is good. You should still be putting up some points. You should not be putting up 3 points. The Jets put up 10 points last week. Come on, folks. Come on, truly. I mean, I get Bears fans on my YouTube comments, and they're all like, "Why do you hate the Bears? They can't score." Yes, the defense is great. I'll give you that. Matt Nagy's a good coach, but if you're not scoring the ball, you're not winning the game. The goal in an NFL game is to score more points than your opponent, not hold your opponent to less points than you have. To go and score more points. Whoever's got the most points. It's not whoever has the least amount of points wins or loses the game. It's not anything like that. You have to score, you have to win the game. The Saints, they're getting Michael Thomas back. He just practiced yesterday, so he's good to go for this game. It's 4.5. Over that 3 mark, that 3 to 7 range is always a tough one. But I feel confident here. The Saints, their defense, they've got pieces. They just need to stop. They just need to play better. That's it. They've got the talent. They just need to play better. I expect they do. Nick Foles, he's going to throw at least 1 interception. The Saints, they've got so much offensive pieces that, if pressure's coming because of Khalil Mack, they're able to dump it off to Alvin Kamara. If, literally, the Saints have an offensive piece to counter whatever the Bears throw at them defensively, truthfully, folks. Excuse me. Yeah, so I love the Saints here. Offensively, they get Michael Thomas back. Drew Brees is going to be throwing to him like Matt Ryan is throwing to Julio Jones. He's missed him. He's ready to have him back. He's ready to kind of settle Michael Thomas back down into the offense, get him reacclimated. Mike Thomas has had a kind of a rough couple of weeks here with the injury and then the story that, he was fighting with, Sean Payton and other teammates, being kind of a poison toxic part of the locker room. So Drew Brees is definitely going to want to try to settle him down a little bit and force him the ball here. The Bears defense is good. I get it. But, what did the Bears do against the Rams last week? It was on Monday Night Football. It was a primetime game, folks. We all saw it. They could not do anything offensively ever throughout the entire game. The defense scored more than the offense. Folks, this Bears offense is just so atrocious. I can't even take it. I'd go Saint. What can we even buy? What do I feel comfortable with? How much do I feel comfortable with giving up for the Saints? Let's go through this really quickly. I'd go Saints minus 13.5. Catch that 14-point hook, and you're good to go. Plus 290 on its own. I'd feel comfortable going up that high, folks. I truly do. I don't think this Bears team could put up any more than 10 points in a given game offensively, and Drew Brees has the ability with all those weapons to go and put up 40 points whenever he wants. Truthfully, it all falls on him. Whenever Drew Brees wants to feel like putting up 40 points, Sean Payton's going to buy into that game plan, and they're just going to air it out 40 times in the game. So Saints minus 4.5. I really think that's solid. That is truly solid. If the Bears catch some home magic and they keep it close somehow miraculously, Nick Foles learns to be good for once, then I can see it. But it's not a primetime game, so we don't have to worry about primetime magic Nick Foles, even though, I was betting on primetime magic Nick Foles last week and he didn't show up. So I guess primetime Nick Foles magic is officially gone. So Saints minus 4.5. Love it, love it, love it. All right, then our last pick of our week. We teased it a little bit earlier. I think I've had an awakening, a premonition, an epiphany, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going Patriots plus 4 here, folks, and I'm going to tell you why. A lot of it was off that quote. I think Cam Newton is trying to buy in. Now he's talking about it, though. So, obviously, you always kind of get in that kind of catch-22 again. Oh, he's saying it, which is a good thing, but why are you saying it and not actually going out and doing it? Show us with your actions. Actions speak louder than words, all that nonsense. So, obviously the catch-22, we got to see it to believe it, all that nonsense. But Patriots plus 4. Division game, they're always usually pretty close. So, once again, I like the points in that situation. Cam Newton struggling. Not great, but can he fix it? He can. He's always kind of been an up and down quarterback, a little bit like that. He's playing in a Patriots organization. Once again, in the quote, they don't lose in New England. There's a dynasty in New England. We have expectations here. This is not Carolina, Cam. This is New England. We have standards here. So Bill Belichick is definitely going to apply some pressure to Cam to perform better. Josh Daniels is trying to do everything in his power to figure out something to do with this offense. The Patriots offense is obviously not very good or explosive or anything in between or anything that kind of looks like explosiveness. They're not like that. It's a lot of dink and dunk, I understand. But I'm getting 4 points with Cam Newton, who knows he needs to perform a little bit better, and I think he will, at least a little bit. Now, the Bills, how are they? They're a little bit streaky. Can't buy them fully. Josh Allen has been struggling a little bit these last 2 weeks, and I expect Bill Belichick to apply some pressure to Josh Allen. I'm not sold on Josh Allen. I know all the Bills believers and the Josh Allen lovers, those first 5 weeks of the season when they were rocking and they haven't lost a game, they were saying, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league and he's an MVP candidate and the Bills are winning the Super Bowl. We've all heard that. But Josh Allen's been struggling these last 2 weeks. Bill Belichick, this is still a Bill Belichick defense. They still got Stephon Gilmore, who I think is definitely overrated. I don't know where best corner in the league ever came from, but he's a solid corner. Definitely top 5, I would agree. Top 10, absolutely. But, so they still got Stephon Gilmore, but they still got their main defensive weapon, Bill Belichick, who will scheme ways. He knows this Bills team. He's faced Josh Allen multiple times. He's been there. He's beat them. All that. So I get a division game, Bill Belichick defense, all that, and I get 4 points. I'm going to rock with it. I think Cam Newton kind of recovers at least a little bit. I don't think this is a Patriots team that I'm going to be buying too much in the future. If they're getting, plus 4, then I will definitely think about it because it's Bill Belichick and he's not going to get blown out every game unless he's tanking for Trevor Lawrence, and I don't think he is. He may be doing that, but I don't think he is currently at this moment. I'm going to take the points here. Obviously, the 1% that I could find a flaw in is that Josh Allen throws 4 touchdowns, maybe a pick or 2, and they win by 7 or 10. And, obviously we lose because we took only plus 4. But either way, I'm going to rock with the Patriots here. Expect a decently bounce-back game from Cam. I'm not expecting him to go and throw 4 touchdowns, no picks. I'm expecting a solid 1 touchdown, no pick, 2 touchdowns, a pick. They lose by 3. They might win by 1. That's how I'm expecting this Patriots team to play the Bills. Strong defensively, maybe kind of can capitalize off of a Josh Allen turnover early, kind of set the tone. I'm going to go with the points here. I like the points. I'm taking the points. Points. Patriots +4. So that's going to round out our picks for today. Dolphins +3.5, Saints -4.5, and Patriots +4. That's going to be our 99% guarantee picks. You can bet a decent amount. You get +597 again. That was the same odds as our locks. So maybe put 100 on this one, and you win 696, and then roll that 696 into our locks next week and hit that $3,000, baby. 696. That would probably pay you $4,000. Let's put that in. 696 next week. This is kind of a builder week, a pre-week, if you will. 696, that pays you $4,800 next week. So yes, $100 on this gets you the 696. Then next week you come back to the show. What do we do? Takes by Fans Friday. You put $696 on our 3-teamer locks, and you're walking away with $4,800 in 2 weeks, folks. In 2 weeks you could be making $4,000. Do you like that? Then bet this. $100 on that. Looking good. All right. I do want to talk about one little one bet here that I found, and it's pretty funny. All right, here we go. The Chiefs Jets. We all know the spread by itself is 19.5, -19.5 for the Chiefs. Now that got me thinking, because this Jets offense is so trash. How much can we actually buy this Chiefs team up to? Well, we can get them all the way up to -32.5. -32.5. The Chiefs -32.5 points. We can do that, and I feel confident with that. Absolutely. Now look at the odds here. +500. That's a lot. So that's a lot. Kansas City Chiefs -32.5 is +500. Now that got me thinking, what's comparable to the +500 odds of Chiefs -32.5 on the Jets side? So let's figure that out. Here we go. +500. We get +550 at Jets +6. So that's pretty comparable. Jets +6 is +550 in the odds. Kansas City Chiefs -32.5 is +500. What does that tell you? Well, Vegas thinks it's more appropriate, it's more likely that Chiefs blow out the Jets basically 33-0. Basically 33-0, than the Jets being competitive in this game, losing by 6, keeping it close, like a 26-20 game, a 30-24 game, something like that. So they expect it's more likely that the Chiefs blow out the Jets 33-0 than the Jets being competitive in this game and keeping it close, but losing still 30-24. 30 or 25-19, all that, 6 points. It's truly comical how bad this Jets team is, not only offensively, but in the grand scheme of just coaching and offense and defense. That's how trash this Jets team. I'd rather take Chiefs -32.5 than Jets +6, folks. Truly, I get better odds at Chiefs plus or Chiefs -32.5, folks. What is that? Truly comical. Truly. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you can make some money this week with my advice, and hopefully I'm not a clown come Monday. I don't think I will be, though. Maybe. I don't think so. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to be back on Saturday. We are going to have our player kind of profile. We will do a deep dive into Tua, getting us all ready for his first start on Sunday. It's going to be an exciting one, not only for Dolphins fans, but for the future of the league. I mean, we've already got some great young talent: Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson. He's kind of, middle of the road. He's kind of, falling in between, between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Russell Wilson was kind of that bridge, between them. But still kind of a good young talent. Who else do we got? Joe Burrow looking very good. Justin Herbert looking really good. So I'm very excited. Hopefully Tua can hold water with these guys and kind of be competitive for the next 15 years while everybody has their kind of, franchise quarterback. Hopefully the Dolphins do too. So looking forward to that. We'll be talking about him tomorrow in our show. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans. Be a part of the conversation. Let me know what you guys think and send me all that money that you guys are going to be winning this weekend. Let me see it. I want to see it. And yeah, so follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans. Come watch live daily, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/TakesByFans. Go to our website. You find everything about us on our website, TakesByFans.com. It's all there. But we are out for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow, folks.